It's the new Wabu Order Podcast. We talk to build our culture up, we getting all that. We speak well to eat well, we giving them all facts. So like, share, subscribe if you know that you pro-black. Let's grow.
We are back. Welcome to the new Wabu Order Podcast. I go by the name of Wabu, man. And like I said, the last episode, I've been out for a few months, but I'm back now. I'm gonna do a whole show on why I was out. I'm gonna give a whole testimony. Shout out to Xavier. He put that bug in my head, but the numerous other people also. So I gotta let the people know why I was going and the reasons and all of that. And I think it could change some people's lives. But today, I got two special guests with me. Locally, these brothers been doing their thing on the music tip. I got EWill and Elijah Woods.
Eugene Woods.
I said Elijah Woods. That's crazy. The Elijah is crazy.
Because
Eugene Woods.
Yeah. Because my actual name is like that's one
Your
thing
name
that
is Elijah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And like it's also weird because like EWill's EW and Eugene Woods EW. So it's just like
see, y'all fucking me up with the EWs and all of that, man. Man, but what's going on? What's going on with y'all?
Once you're back, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah. I remember Eugene hitting me up probably like last year.
Yeah.
I remember at the time it was different things going on. And I was like, yo, I got to get that brother on here. He really hit me up. Like, you know what I mean? Some people would contact you and just let it go. You was really on it.
Yeah. No, man, I love supporting like what's going on in the city.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's not just about my artistry, it's about putting on like different artistry in the city, like we all can come up together. So when I see somebody doing something serious and it's other people in the city and around the world that's involved with it, I want to be able to put my input on it and be able to like collab with it and bring more to it.
Well, y'all wild young. I could just look at y'all and tell. I know I ain't even actually y'all age, man. Shout outs to Palms TV. If y'all looking for some designs, videography, DJing, please holler at Jamie Robinson, Palms TV.
Yo, shout out to Palms TV. We over here moving and grooving.
Y'all do music, right? And it's hip hop music,
Definitely.
correct? What brought y'all to hip hop music? Why not dubstep or house music or something like that? Like,
I just was always fascinated with like I was always fascinated with how rap keeps elevating. Like there's certain things that you might have started listening to and just became a fan of, and then there's certain artists you listen to that made you be inspired to want to make that type of music or try different flows, or just music in general is just like fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it's more than just hip hop music. It's a whole lot of different elements behind hip hop music. Like somebody could like the beat, somebody could know that particular note, somebody could know who wrote it, somebody know it's almost a whole encyclopedia could be written behind one song. So like I found that interesting.
For me, like what brought me to hip hop was one, just growing up in a black urban society, like that's what you hear. You hear hip hop.
Yeah.
And me just growing up, just hearing hip hop, and I'm really big into fashion, seeing the fashion and just how rappers more like stood out for fashion, whether it was for jewelry, whether it was for clothes, whether it was for sunglasses, whatever it was, like they stood out. And that was something that stood out to me because growing up, I was a huge Lil Wayne fan.
Yeah.
Like I wanted everything Lil Wayne, like any mixtape, any album, any single he drops, I need it. I gotta hear it. And just for like seeing that like Wayne was big on fashion. Like people might have thought like, oh yeah, he's just a young kid rapping coming up. This isn't that when he was with Hot Boys and everything. But it's like, nah, like he really got that shit on. Like when he stepping out, like so like that was one of the big things that drew me to hip hop. But then I could say growing up and listening to hip hop, it's the most expressive music out of all music. I love all music. I love pop. I love country. I love R&B. R&B is one of my favorite genres just to listen to and chill.
Facts.
I listen to more R&B than anything when I'm chilling.
That's a fact.
But I love pop. Like my girlfriend, she's really big in like Taylor Swift and stuff like that. So just listening to it and just appreciating the artistry of it has got me to like appreciate way more like genres of music. She listens to a lot of country. So like listening to country like has let me listen to like these people are really expressing themselves.
Yeah.
Like
all country songs start out like this. Way
definitely, yeah. And it just helped me like just see like the different artistries and different genres. But with hip hop, like
shout outs to Palms TV. If y'all looking for some designs, videography, DJing, please holler at Jamie Robinson, Palms TV.
Yo, shout out to Palms TV. We over here moving and grooving.
it's really straight to the point.
Yeah.
Like with a lot of other genres, you more sugar-coated to appeal to the world.
Yeah.
With hip hop, you really say "fuck that bitch" and you mean it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Young Dro got a whole song, man. Fuck that bitch. Like it's like what can you say to that? Like it was a hit record at the end of the day. Like T.I. got a song, nigga, you don't know me. Yeah. Like come on, like you can't be more direct than that. Like
and thing about it is they don't play hip hop music everywhere, so that's how you know it's secluded from the typical, you know, I'm gonna play this in the grocery store. This might go off in the radio. Yeah. Like there's certain songs that you just have to like be on the same understanding level to get the whole gist of it anyway.
And like for me, like to be able to like see hip hop, especially 2000s hip hop, touch so many different people and races. Yeah, it's like phenomenal. Like to see it and like amazing. Like just for instance, you see Ludacris come out here. Hit single, Move. Yeah. But you really got people out here, move, bitch, get out. Yeah. White, black, Hispanic,
anybody can say
Asian, like it doesn't matter who it is. And to this day, you still got those people who love that music.
Not to cut your wisdom short, like you just said that it affects multiple races, but hip hop music is one thing that as far as like Black Americans, what we did, we made a big mistake. We didn't gatekeep hip hop.
Definitely.
Right? So right now we seeing it literally in real time being taken from us. It was already taken from us on a business standpoint. But from seeing, most people would tell you Eminem is the best rapper.
Yeah.
And we lie to ourselves as far as black people, especially black people my age or in my age range. We don't listen to Eminem. Yeah. At all. Yeah. At all. But we lie. Like, everybody lie. And I don't even see the younger folks listening to Eminem. But everybody will lie and say that. So now you got different groups like Puerto Ricans saying they created hip hop. Yeah. Which, you know, I know is a lie because they hated hip hop growing up. Yeah. When I was growing up, I grew up with all Puerto Ricans. They hated hip hop, not Mexicans. You know, like here is Mexicans. But like in New York, it's Puerto Ricans. So they hated hip hop. And so I think that was just a big mistake that we made because we didn't gatekeep other groups of music that we created. We created rock and roll. We didn't gatekeep that. We let other people have it. We created country. We didn't gatekeep that. House music, everything else. All American music, we down to bluegrass. Yeah. We didn't gatekeep none of that. Until other coaches just came in and said, nah, we created that and that. By matter of fact, we started this. You get what I'm saying? So that was that was a big mistake we made as far as black people.
I agree. I agree that with African American and black people, like we really started a lot of musical genres and a lot of music in the culture. But I feel like just with music, in general, and especially for like music lovers and people who like really just love the essence of music, like music has been around for so long that like anybody can really be influenced by music and anybody can be touched by
anybody,
it.
Definitely
to where
anybody
like
can be influenced by it.
Like
but
anybody
you still gotta
like
know who's the originators. It's cool. Anybody, I'm not saying like other groups can't be influenced by music. I'm just saying they have to know who's the originators. And we've never done that. We gave away everything we have. We give away to other different groups.
Yeah.
We like right now, y'all era is coming up now. Y'all wearing baggy jeans now again. It's back to baggy jeans. But we've been doing that.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you said Lil Wayne earlier, when he first came out, he wore Jabot jeans and Reebok Classics.
Yeah.
He was horrible with the fashion. He was horrible with the fashion until he went to New York, started seeing how Jim Jones and them guys in New York was dressing.
Yeah.
And, his pockets is already swole, so he was able to get all of that good stuff.
Definitely.
People say it's good stuff.
I would say New York has always been one of the key cities for fashion. Yeah. Like New York is definitely one of the like meccas for fashion in the United States, definitely.
Yeah. So, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, just the gatekeeping, we have to do that. And gatekeeping doesn't mean you can't enjoy this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, when I listen to your music, right? Because I was checking you out before you came. I was listening to your music, listening to both of y'all music. I told you remind me of the Migos.
Yeah.
Because you got the dip in the die, you got that type of flow. Did they inspire you, or like on a low you was already doing that without even listening to them?
Honestly, once I started doing music, the Migos are already out. I've always been a fan of the Migos. There's no discredit from them. But I'm more of like the artistry of what they were doing. I felt like with the Migos, they were three different people, but one person can do everything they're doing in one song. And not discrediting anything they did, because they're all phenomenal rappers. Like, they're all good in their own separate parts.
One person can do what all three of them do?
Yes, like the way how Quavo orchestrates his instrumentals, one person can also orchestrate the instrumentals, whether it's like how he did it or not, in your own way.
Shout outs to Palms TV. If y'all looking for some designs, videography, DJing, please holler at Jamie Robinson, Palms TV.
Yo, shout out to Palms TV. We over here moving and grooving.
Yeah.
You can get on the track and change up the flow, how Offset is going to get on there and change it up from how Quavo did it from the hook. And and on your second verse, you can also change up the flow how Takeoff is going to do it on your second verse. It doesn't have to be another person featured on there. Like, you having different flow changes doesn't change who you are as one artist. It doesn't change your original sound. It's just you giving your artist a different listen.
Okay, I ain't think about it like that. Like,
Lets you really know how versatile.
That's why I like I can't say that I'm a individual like Migo fan. Like, I can't say that I like Quavo more than I like Offset. I can't say that I like Offset more than I like Takeoff. I can't say that I like Takeoff more than I like Quavo. Because once I heard them all individually as separate artists on different feature tracks, their own tracks, whatever it is, I appreciate their artistry. But when I heard them as the Migos, it's like all that is in one.
Yeah.
And it's like all that being one person can get on that track and do that. Because they're technically the Migos.
Yeah.
When you're paying them, you're writing one check for the Migos. You're not writing, Quavo, this is your check, this is your check, this is your check, Takeoff. Like, no, you're Migos. But if this is featuring Quavo, this is featuring Offset, this is featuring Takeoff, you're writing three separate checks. Because you feature three different people. But the Migos, that's one group. How y'all plan to split that, that's on y'all.
So what are you doing as far as for your individuality? Like, being inspired by it.
Yeah.
So.
And see, for me, like, I try to take how I already sound and how I rap originally just from writing who I am and how I write. I take that and I take that inspiration from what I get from them, because I don't also just hear that in them. Like I was telling you earlier, I appreciate just Atlanta culture and hip hop sound because all of them rappers from Atlanta, they lay down one sound from a hook and it's a whole different sound for the verses.
Now, melody, like having that melody,
Yeah.
like Atlanta rappers, and I just think rappers from the South got that on lock.
Definitely.
You know, like versus like rappers from up north, right? They kind of fight the beat.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah, you're going
aggressive
against it,
on
yeah.
the beat. They going against it. Where like the Southern rappers, they flowing
Yeah.
on the beat, right? And I believe it was because in the South a lot of people was raised in church.
Mm-hmm.
And up north, a lot of people wasn't raised in the church too much.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like in the South, people went to church their whole life. So it gave them that flow singing
Definitely.
church hymns and things. I mean, that's just a theory I came up with.
No, yeah.
Like to why these, and then hearing your parents or grandparents listening to blues music.
Definitely.
And you know what I mean?
And it's kind of just flowing.
Yeah, like growing up, all I heard was hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
And early in my life, a little disco. So I never heard like gospel music. I didn't hear that until like later on. So
Gotcha.
I didn't know nothing about that. And blues music and all that type stuff.
And I feel like just in the era, like in the hip hop that I grew up in, for me, because I grew up in I'm a 90s baby. So growing up in like the 2000s era and stuff like that, hearing hip hop, but then hearing how it's also, like you said, transitioning to the melodies and everything. Like
I hated it at first.
I feel like,
I love it now.
I feel like it took like a big toll on hip hop because that's when hip hop started mixing more with pop. Because pop is really on melodies and how you feel. Like a lot of pop artists get on there, and don't get me wrong, they're saying good things, good quality things, but some of them get on there and they don't say anything. It may be a little mumbo jumbo here, but it's just how that made that person feel, and those are hit songs now. And from seeing that, from being hip hop creators or even R&B creators or whatever it may be, you see the people and the platforms and the money you can touch doing that. To where it's like, I'm gonna still do this hip hop and I'm gonna rap about my life, my emotions, what I'm feeling, have that aggressiveness to it, but I'm also gonna throw this other vibe in here too. To where I can catch these people that just wanna hear this vibe or just wanna hear this feel. They don't give a damn about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They just wanna hear that feel. And I feel like that's where hip hop gets blocked out a lot of it because with a lot of hip hop artists, especially rap, you want people to hear what the hell you're saying. Like, yeah, it might make you feel good, but I want you to hear what I'm saying.
Yes.
Subject matter
Yes.
matters a lot.
How you feel about that?
I feel like with the melodies and everything, especially since like, you know, a lot of people like to do other activities like drink, smoke, stuff like that. So I feel like depending on who you're listening to is what you're gonna have to be paying attention to the most. So like if we listening to somebody like Kanye West, for example, we know that he came up as a producer first. So I'm more attracted to the beat. Now, not saying that he's not saying anything.
Nah, he spit.
But he does spit.
Yeah.
But that's why I like artists and the whole melody thing too, because
me too.
he necessarily doesn't have to sing for it to be a melody. Like he could just go along with the melody could be within the beat, or he could do that as well. Like he could sing or have it in the beat because he's part producer, part artist. So like, and I guess it depends on where you are.
Different ear.
Yeah.
Also.
And I guess it depends on like where you are. Like if I'm in the club, I don't want to hear, I necessarily don't want to hear like something that I gotta tune into just to fully listen to it. Like if we in the club, yeah, exactly.
You don't want to, because it's like, come on, man, this ain't the vibe.
Yeah, this ain't the mood that we in right now.
I could dig that. But I also don't want to hear crazy things like different forms of mute, like what's that club here? Shout outs to Palms TV. If y'all looking for some designs, videography, DJing, please holler at Jamie Robinson, Palms TV.
Yo, shout out to Palms TV. We over here moving and grooving.
Corned beef, you gonna hear the music be horrible.
Definitely.
They be playing We
terrible.
Will Rock You.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
terrible music. I can't see. Like me, I don't drink or smoke, so if I'm there, I'm really feeling all of that music.
Yeah.
Like, so I got to go. Like they playing dun, 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 dun. Like they playing Mortal Kombat like crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like they playing crazy stuff.
Like, where are we?
Yeah, like it's like
Like-
I can't because like I can't tune it out. I'm not drinking and smoking, so I'm right there looking crazy, hearing Mortal Kombat. I gotta go. Like this ain't.
No, definitely. I feel like music plays
Can't get jiggy with that.
a
Yeah,
big
music, a
aspect
big
just
part.
in life. Like music down to the aspect of shopping. When you're shopping, you may not notice it every day, but at any grocery store, they have some kind of music playing.
Yeah.
So where, like-
elevated music, whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, but if you get to the point now, if you really listen to it, there's hit songs playing in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And they may be songs that you've never even heard of,
Yes.
that you've never even thought about listening to artists. Because, like, for instance, Drake dropped his Honestly Nevermind album. And it was nothing but house music, dance music. It's a dance album. I love the album. But for his general public, like fans and audience, they didn't like it.
Yeah.
We want to hear rapping Drake. We want to hear the flow. We want
Stuff
to
that
see
we used to.
features.
Yeah.
We want to hear the stuff we're used to. Me and my girlfriend are walking around Walmart. What do I hear? Drake's Honestly Nevermind album.
Yeah. Wow.
Because it's dance music.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Like-
the vibe. Yeah.
And even before that, I was at Food Lion, and even with Drake, before he made that whole dance album, and he had More Life come out and had Passion Fruit on
Definitely.
it. That was just playing, and I was
playing in the
just
grocery
like,
store, yeah.
damn, they got Drake in here playing. That's kind of like,
Nah, that's
because it's
when you know
kind of
you're
like
on a
the
different level.
vibe, like,
Yeah. Because,
That's when
like,
you know you're on a different level. Like your music is playing in the
Because like
grocery store.
even today, we're in the I'm in Walmart earlier this day. Taylor Swift is playing.
Yeah. I don't think I ever heard a Taylor Swift song. I could have heard
what I'm
something,
saying.
and I don't
Bro,
know if I heard. Like I can't say, yo, that's.
then you find
that's
yourself,
Taylor Swift.
you find yourself
I worked at a
humming it
store.
to yourself and everything.
I worked at a store singing the music every day. Never knew it. Never knew who these artists were. A lot of country music. I get with my girlfriend. About 6 of the songs that I heard in that store were Taylor Swift.
Oh, wow.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
I told her, like, I've heard this song before.
Yeah.
I think I heard it at work, like just working.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift wins the VMA Awards for Best Video Director, and everything this year
Yeah.
for her song Fortnite with Post Malone. We're in the grocery store today. What's playing? Fortnite by Post Malone. I'm like, that's crazy because hip hop and rap artists right now
Post
can have
culture.
hip songs, and you're not gonna hear that in the radio.
Nah.
It can be. I mean, you're not gonna hear that in the grocery store. It can be a #1 hit right now. You're not gonna hear it in the grocery store.
Nah, that's what I kind of want to ask y'all, like, right? Since y'all putting out music, and would y'all want to be independent or signed to a major? Stay independent until the real big look comes, but make it independently. Like what's my man name? LaRussell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? He's doing his thing. Then you got Tech Nine. These people are like
love Tech Nine.
multi-millionaires, straight independent. Like he made the Forbes list, all independent. So
Yeah.
you can do it when you, number one, you got a lot of talent. You got a real fan base, a loyal fan
Cult
base. It
fan
can be
base.
cult fan
Yeah.
base. It can be done. So how y'all looking at y'all careers? To
Me,
go?
honestly, I would be more on the label side. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about independent artists and doing things independently, especially being a local artist and doing a lot of things independently now.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would be more on the label side because I just love music and appreciate music. To where any starting deal, I feel like I can work myself out of that point and still have a career later on from that. Or even if I had a deal and had a negotiation where I could like just do an endorsement deal with this label
Yeah.
to where it's just, y'all just helping me promote. Y'all just helping me put
That's
myself
sort of
out
like
there.
being independent, though.
Yeah, same.
Sort of
Yeah.
like being independent.
So like, but like a lot of people get that confused because I say a lot of people out here in the world, I'm not gonna say a lot of artists, a lot of people out here in the world get that confused because once they see that label behind your name, they think you're signed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing everything independent and the label's just helping promote you. Once they see that Sony, 300, whatever else is out here, like, once they see that at Universals, they think you're signed. And it's like a lot of people don't get, like, especially like with artists like Dolph and Mace, Tory Lanez, Brent Faiyaz, like a lot of these people have endorsement deals, like, and it's just being pushed. Like, they're doing everything independently. All their fans are strictly independently. But the only reason I say I would feel like to the label is because I feel like with label artists and independent artists, you reach a whole different platform.
And they got them but now they got them 360 deals.
Yeah.
Where you got to get them a piece of everything. Like,
and that's where you got to really read the paper for real. Because with me or with just like anybody that's been doing music for a long time, like we've all been independent. And it's like, I wouldn't mind going to a label that kind of figures out with the situation that I got going on. Cause I shoot my own videos, edit my own videos. The only thing I don't do independently is record. So if I had everything that I didn't have to do and I only was supposed to be the artist, then yeah, I would definitely sign to a label. But then I'd have to see like the credentials, like the percentages. Like I done got to the point where I know what I need to do and I'm just starting to get the business aspect down because a lot of people, like you said, the 360 deals are just like go over budget. The music's probably not that good and they spend all this money on features and all this other wild stuff. And if you got enough fans, then they'll support you regardless if you're independent or signed to a label or not.
That's a fact.
And I feel like a lot of artists like forget that a big part of this music game is networking.
Oh yeah.
And that starts from the very beginning when you're making your first songs, having those relationships, having those connections. And like you said, like even if you get signed to a deal where it's a 360 deal and you got to do everything, all right, let's have this to where you're not paying for my studio time outrageously because you're paying somebody that I know. Like,
now I seen one artist he was talking about. He figured out, I forgot the artist's name, man. Shout outs to Palms TV. If y'all looking for some designs, videography, DJing, please holler at Jamie Robinson, Palms TV.
Yo, shout out to Palms TV. We over here moving and grooving.
But he figured out something. He was like, all right, they will pay the studio. The label will pay the studio. So what he did was built his own studio.
I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name either. I just talked about it with a boy.
It was Almighty J.
From, definitely.
From Chicago?
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's from YBN.
Yeah, I knew dude was from Chicago. He said he built his own studio and got a $500,000 check.
Yeah.
Like
he built his own studio and had his boy in there recording. And
he basically played the label. Like, all right. And it shouldn't take $500,000
exactly
to even do that, but
that's what they want you to think. So when you use it, if you was to use it and go to another studio, and like you said, if they was in a 360 deal, they would be expecting that $500,000 back.
Oh yeah.
But since that he built it in his house and it just goes straight to him and it's just in his house, then then he just gets all of that anyway.
And I feel like a big up for our artists right now is there's a lot of social media and just internet out here.
That's what I'm saying.
Where you can find so much.
Do you need a major deal?
Like,
do you need a major deal?
You don't, but I feel like you do at the same time. Because at the end of the day, like what these major deals are doing and what these big corporations are doing are really promoting you.
Or you can look at it as school, right? Like schooling. Like signed to a major and now you in the system. And that's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
And come in with the notion that they're gonna jerk me.
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm saying? I'm
you gotta have that mindset.
Yeah, I'm like they say every artist got jerked their first time. Yeah. Right? But then that's just gonna build into a different, it's gonna build you into a different monster.
Every artist, I feel like every artist has to go through that. Whether you're independent or not, you have to go through, once you actually get on and get a major fan base, you have to go through that point where you get fucked over by something.
Yeah.
And you learn from that. because getting that kind of money is not every day, and getting that kind of fan base is not every day.
And right now, with Atlantic Records, if I'm not mistaken, they said they fired like 60 people,
Yeah.
like of their staff. So we might be seeing the fall of major labels.
Yeah.
And like everything look like it's going completely digital. There's no more physical copies for the most part.
Yeah.
Unless you got a cult following, like Tech Nine, he still sell. That's how he get his money. Basically, merch, physical copies, still to this day, and different things like that. Unless you tap into those markets to where there's some people that love to support independent, up and coming artists like yourselves, and then there's the majority of the people like, nah, I ain't never hear a dude on the radio.
Yeah.
I ain't never see his video on TV. You know what I mean? So that's a battle. Like, how y'all gonna fight that battle?
But just keep throwing it at them. I feel like even if you never seen something, if you keep seeing it, you're gonna watch it eventually.
Yeah.
That's just what it
Keep
comes
it
down
in your
to.
face. Yeah. You see things like, I take things like, for instance, like as far as marketing and business, like you see McDonald's, right? Everybody know about McDonald's. Why they still put out commercials, still put up billboards, still put up all of that?
Because
they got to continue on throwing that in your face.
And you got to think, like, even with them, like you said, everybody knows McDonald's. McDonald's worldwide. McDonald's has a lot of hate too.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a lot of people out here, it's not good for you. Don't eat it.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy.
So they got to counterattack. Yeah. Which is all true.
But if I keep throwing it in your face and keep telling you, oh, I got this meal. I got the $5 meal. I got the $5 meal. I got the $5 meal. When you at that point where you only got $5, where you going? I'm going to pull up in a McDonald's.
And then sometimes even with, it's not even about the price neither. Sometimes like major brands like McDonald's to get slander all the time. You got to understand that big corporations like that are selling like a feeling.
Definitely.
So like that's why they keep making commercials that are like for instance, we see commercials for alcohol, Jack Daniels, stuff like that. What do you see them doing all the time? They got a smile on their face, a bunch of friends around, and then they have some little quote that just makes you like solid. It's always like the last thing that people remember that somebody says.
They ain't tell you, son, over there, he done pissed on himself. The other two people that had a fight, they not giving you the ugly truth.
Yeah.
Same thing like the cigarette commercials.
Yeah.
You seeing people smoking a cool cigarette. They having a nice picnic. They not telling you about the I've been smoking.
Exactly.
Since. Like, they ain't telling you none of
They
that.
want you to. They
stuff.
selling you a feeling that you like. They want to see you feel when you
It's about the feel.
do that.
That's why they use certain colors and stuff. Like, I was doing some research before. Like McDonald's use red because the color red.
Yeah, I seen something about that earlier. I seen something about that earlier.
When you learn these type of things and melodies and things like that, like how Rick Ross always go, it means something like on the vibrational tip.
Yeah, definitely.
And things like that. Because music, you could take over the world.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just ain't like anything else with marketing and advertising. We seen some of the most trash songs in the world become big. And you like, yo, how?
Because you got to think about it like,
over here, he way better than him.
For music promoting, for my thought of it is like commercials. Most people in the world hate commercials. If you're watching TV, you watching a show, it get good, you hate when the commercial come on. But if every time you got a show that you watch every day, and every time you know after 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this show going on, commercial's gonna start. And every time that commercial starts, it's the same commercial every time. And every time you might think to yourself or say to the person beside you, damn, I hate commercials, man. They always tell me at the good part. I bet you 9 times out of 10, you're going to recite that commercial as well after you've heard it 20, 30 times. I hate this damn commercial. Da-da-da, welcome to Little Caesars, man. This and that. You know that whole commercial from point to blank, even though you hate it, but you know it. And once it's gone and a new commercial come on, you think about that commercial. So like, damn, they ain't even got that commercial anymore.
With both of y'all music that y'all trying to put out there, knowing all of this stuff, What are y'all trying to do different?
I try to sell, when I make music, I try to sell a lifestyle. Like, I don't really like to talk about what I got, like jewelry and, you know, the stuff that everybody kind of already talks about, but like, it's also the way that you say it. Like, somebody could say, like, for instance, Boss Mandilo, the guy that does I was bad in fucking school, now I'm trying to nonsense. It's some of the bars that I know what he's gonna say, but it's the way that he interprets them. Like, he's like for instance, I was listening to Finesse the other day, and he was like, drive around in a, like we know what you're gonna say, but for you to say that before you actually tell us, before you actually tell us what you're driving in, like I'm driving, doing 100 and a 60, like I know the police might be behind me, but I'm gonna say that in the next bar. Like it keeps you guessing on what he's gonna say next. So like lifestyle, definitely.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's more of I'm more on the melody like vibe type of feel. I want people to hear my music and just enjoy it in the moment.
Yeah, same.
Like, no matter what you're feeling, like whatever song you're listening to, because I make different varieties of music. I've actually been working on a dance tape for this year before me and him dropped our collab project. I dropped a dance EP, and that really dance EP was just more of like, get up and move. Like, yeah, you can listen to what I'm rapping about, listen to what I'm saying, but I just want you to move. Yeah. It's not about what I'm saying. It's not about what I'm doing. I want you to feel what I'm feeling during that time.
Yeah, it's therapeutic.
And that's more what I want to get from my music. Like, if you're listening to it during that time, I want you to be able to vibe out to it. Like, be able to change your mood for that time. Because I feel like for the artists I listen to, that's what it does. When I listen to Future and stuff like that, I don't hear, let me go out here and tear up the club. Let me go out here and fuck bitches. Let me go out here and treat bitches like it ain't this. I heard this nigga's in his zone and he's really vibing right now. Like, yeah, he might be saying this and this about this person or this bitch or whatever, but he's really just vibing. And to see,
I wish everybody could look at it the way you looking at it.
Yeah.
How you hear that, I wish everybody else could hear that, because some people really get caught up.
Yeah.
In what
you do.
What an artist is saying, instead of like, yo, I'm just having fun. Like, I'm just having fun listening to him. But some kids like the drill music.
Yeah.
Some kids is gonna listen to it and really go out and do a drill because their favorite artist was talking about it.
And we were just talking about that today. Like, I was with some homies. We was having a little session and shit, and they were talking about how he went in the studio. There was another rapper there, and he said he went to the studio recently, and it was some young dudes in there, and they were actually rapping about shit that was like going on in the city, things that happened, things they did, and stuff like that. And he's like, yo, it's because like, that's really what they're hearing out here. And dude made a good point. It's the shock value in it. When other people hear it and you hear like that it's real stuff that's going on, that's what you think. Like, oh shit, this person is really talking about this, and that.
Like the shit that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, he really talking about he just swerved on Lil KK and this, and that. And he really did just swerve on Lil KK.
Like name dropping.
So like, you really want to like listen to it or share it and see what he's talking about, because you know that really just happened. Even though it's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
I'm not exposed it at all.
Can't be surprised if these people that make that type of music like that, they can't be surprised when they get locked.
Yeah.
Because you already did the police job. You told them everything, what type of gun you had, what you was wearing.
It's just like
what you was eating. You just gave the police somebody that you hate, the police, right? You just did their whole job.
Everything,
And then not even on top of the police, these could be people that clearly don't like you. And you're saying, fuck him, fuck that, fuck that. Then he turns up dead the next day by so-and-so that he was talking about on the track. So
and
it's just
you
like
wondering where it happened.
Exactly.
He never did nothing to nobody. He was a good kid. Nah,
bullshit.
He just said what he was gonna do to Little Pistol Starter.
Yeah.
Then Little Pistol Starter Peoples came back and clipped him. Yo, that's.
And it happens in like, I feel like a lot of people.
I guess that's life.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, I dislike those type of tracks, because it also comes down to, you gotta separate the art from the actual person or like the artist. Like you could talk about that. That's cool and everything. But at the same time, if you know that you got to watch your back every day, then I probably wouldn't be talking about that on the record. That's just me.
Yeah, that's ill. Yo, that's crazy that you said that, right? That you dislike that. Because I do too. But you know, some of these dudes, like
I love it.
Kodak Black, right? You know he can really rap?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They showed like things when he was 14 years old, he was rapping, he had a video. I'm like, yo, he can rap.
Yeah.
But you will never know. Like now, I think he lost wild brain cells. But like right now, he just like, just talking like that. But dude used to be like lyrically inclined.
Definitely.
And I think some dudes be scared to truly put their talent out there, to show them like, I can rap.
And I feel like,
you know what I mean? And I guess maybe that's not the vibe right now to
that's
be
what I
able
was
to
gonna say.
rap.
I feel like that's just with a lot of these rappers now. I feel like a lot of rappers can rap and want to rap, but these major labels and different industries know that rap shit right now in culture isn't selling.
But I beg the difference, because all of the biggest rappers right now, like the biggest.
No, the biggest they sell. The only reason I say that
rap
is because
people say Eminem is the big. Don't people say he rap?
Yeah, but look, the only reason
Jay-Z,
I say that
Nas,
is because,
all these people
like
rap,
you said in the club, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
And that's what these labels and stuff right now aren't worried about longevity in artists.
They not.
How can I make this quick money in this 3-year span?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we haven't had like a super duper crazy superstar. I'll probably say the last super duper superstar was Travis Scott.
I'll say since 2016, we ain't had nobody big.
Yeah, we haven't had anybody big like a Kendrick or like these people are getting old too. Like Drake's like in the almost pushing 40. Future still dropping heat at 40 years old. Kendrick's dropping at 30 something years old. J. Cole's about to push 35, 36. It's like when are we gonna get that next person? Like the next super duper crazy superstar.
And it's because music is so watered down now. Like you have those, like people want to hear a song in 2 minutes. Get straight to the point in 2 minutes.
Because I remember when a song used to be 3 minutes.
4 minutes, 5 minutes. And it'd have a lot of different people on there.
Now a song is really like a minute.
But look, a song can be 4 minutes, have one person on it. Us usually do a song for 4 minutes, but on that third verse, it's a bridge before that with a beat just breaking down.
Yeah,
you ain't got no vocals. You might have a little ad lib or something in the back, a little harmony, but it's just the beat breaking down. You don't have that no more because people attention span of this now generation don't want to hear the beat.
Like right now, let the people know about this collab project that y'all put together.
It was fluent, man. I ain't gonna lie.
It's really best of both worlds, for real.
Yeah.
Y'all just was already doing music together all the time and just said, fuck it, let's just...
I ain't even gonna say all the time. Like, it was more of like, me and him were really just fans of each other. And we always been homeboys before we were doing music.
I like how you said that. So it wasn't no egos.
No.
Like, I'm better than EWill. Yo, I'm better than...
Because like, I feel like with all the stuff that I know and all the stuff that he knows, like, we always bounce off each other. Like maybe he might have an idea, we might have an idea, sit down, talk about it. Because we operate outside of the studio too. Like we don't necessarily have to be in the studio to be talking about music. Like we don't even, like even as we hang out as friends, like we just don't talk about just straight music all the time.
Yeah.
But like when it gets, like when we're really about to talk about music or like sit down and write something or like, because most of the time, all the music that we wrote off that collab project was just like a couple days. Like we spent like weekends just typing, writing.
To put this project together?
I'll probably say we started working on it in like what? Like February?
Like January, February.
And give the people the name of the project and everything.
Trapped in Another Dimension.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Right now. Listen to that. Get that.
I need to get some merch with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually, I was going to tell him because what I'm doing, or I actually have like a show in Atlanta this weekend, and I was selling tickets and everything. And I think what I'm going to do with most of that is I'm going to put it back into, because I've made my own merch before. Like I've had t-shirts come out before and they were doing pretty good. So I'm like, I know if
The
me
artwork on that,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
artwork
yeah,
on
yeah.
your cover, like on a shirt, that'd be fly too.
And I'm thinking like, so because we both have supportive, like everybody thinks that we're we're pretty established, like, because there's not a lot of people around here doing collab albums. Like you said,
Definitely.
like it's a lot of people with big egos that
Yeah.
want to just do it all by themselves. But it's like sometimes you can, but sometimes it's not against the law
Yeah.
for you to work with somebody else.
Yeah.
Like you can always do that. It's not against the law to ask for help.
And I would say for
Basically.
me, like just coming into like hip hop, that was one of the biggest things that I've done. Because like not trying to like throw any like down shade on art, but this isn't the first collab project I've done with artists in the city. But I can't say this is probably the best and my most like proudest
Yeah, same.
collab tape that I've done with artists in the city. But since I started doing music,
I'm thinking I'm starting to see, I don't know, tell me if I'm bugging. I'm starting to see a lot of local artists collab with each other.
I mean,
Am I bugging out?
it's getting better. It's getting better. I would say that's one of the things I like thrive on especially when I like started doing music. I wanted to like work with a lot of people and work with people that I've known been doing music longer than me, so I can learn from you. Not so I can get into your cloud, get into your fan base, but I want to learn from you.
Yeah, like he was doing music longer than me. Like I started out just going to all the hip hop shows and just seeing like everybody that does music. And then I kind of just got familiar with.
And that was kind of like what I
You
seen.
know, my man here, right here,
Yeah, definitely.
He's just seen us at.
yeah.
We've been on some of his shows before.
He wanted to like the kings of local music.
Definitely, yeah.
You know,
No, Jerry's
I'm not
definitely
trying
in
to
tune. Yeah, no,
downplay
he
local
definitely is. He
music,
definitely
but
in tune.
he's
Definitely.
one of the kings. Was doing it. Po Mac.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they've
no,
been
I've-
doing it for a
yeah.
long time. Then there's dudes coming up that's dope.
Yeah.
Like that's fire. And I'm liking the ways. And then there's so many different. That's why I like the variety.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes I want to hear some conscious stuff. But sometimes I don't want to hear conscious stuff.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I don't care if you help the old lady across the street. Sometimes I might want to hear some bang bang shoot 'em up stuff.
Definitely.
Like different type of things. Sometimes I want to hear something about for the ladies and all of that. And on y'all project, y'all got numerous different topics.
Definitely.
Right? What's the song on y'all project that you feel is the best?
For me,
That's tough.
the
I ain't
only
gonna
one
lie.
I would say is the best, and it kind of goes back to the question of what I want to portray with my music, and it kind of just portrays a vibe
Yeah.
and just portrays like good feelings and good time. I would say All Yeah. We got a song called All Yeah, and I just feel like overall,
I know that's like asking a parent who's your favorite kid, right? So I know that's hard to say.
I say the reason I say All Yeah is because I feel like anybody can throw that on.
Yeah.
You can play that for your mom, your dad right now,
Yeah.
and just be like, hey, listen to my friends real quick. And they wouldn't, even if we do curse or say something crazy, they wouldn't think of it too rational. Because the vibe of the song is so good
the
and
vibe
so
on that
laid
song
back
is-
and just, I want to move and just dance and have a good time.
Let me tell you
It's
something
everything.
ill. This is a little bit of hip hop history. One of the best rappers ever, if not the best. His name is Rakim. He never cursed on a song.
Yeah,
That's crazy,
I
right?
respect that.
definitely.
He never cursed on a song. I know this ain't that ain't y'all generation.
No,
but you know, like you said, his vibe was so ill
Yeah.
that he didn't have to curse.
And see,
That's a hard thing, not to curse.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I thought that was hard because Will Smith got a Grammy off his album and he didn't curse. And I thought that was cool.
Exactly.
No, I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
And I ain't gonna lie, when I first started making music, I wasn't really big on like cuss words anyway. Like I would there because at one point, like I was thinking that I was rapping too much and I was saying too many like filler cuss words and everything.
Not to cut you off, bro. You remember your first rap?
Yeah. The very first song I did was it was on SoundCloud and it was a Rory Rail feature.
Hold on, your
Shout out
first
to Rory
song,
Rail.
you put it on the net?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my first
Yeah.
song was on that too.
Yeah, my first song was on
See,
that.
y'all advanced with that. Like the younger generation, like the first songs everybody else did, it was just you and your homeboys knew it.
The thing about
You
it
know what I'm saying?
is, what's also crazy is I didn't start out as a rapper. Like,
Producer.
I just had, I just had a voice that was appealing. Like, I know this one guy named Tada. He's a DJ, pretty much hosted all the shows that me and him had been casted on. And he was hosting and DJing at the same time. So, like, I was starting to come around, get kind of familiar with everybody. And then like I also did YouTube. And so I was making my own videos and everything. And then he just asked me one out of just the random was like, yo, would you just be down to host or whatever? And I was like, all right, bet. So then that's kind of like how I found out about him because I had to introduce him to the crowd and like just everybody that was at the show at the crowd. And then I ended up on like I think it was like a mixtape that ZPO and Max did.
Definitely, I remember
and
that.
I was on the
Yeah.
intro, but I wasn't rapping. I was just like
I remember
talking,
that.
like I was just talking like DJ drama, like a DJ cat. Like I had a role
That's
like
crazy.
that.
It's just like a locked in memory. I definitely remember that.
Yeah, and then-
That's crazy.
And then I was just like, fuck it, I could probably just make like I don't see why I can't make my own music. So then
And see, like for me hearing him, like you said, he wasn't doing music, so I was already like kind of into music, and like kind of getting my like steps into it and doing little shows and stuff. And he was introducing me, but then when he started doing music, I was like peeping it out, hearing little clippets, but like he had a big fan base as far as like people just like knowing him, especially like younger generation and people in his class. And I was seeing that shit shared everywhere. Like you said, like one of those people like I know him, but like he doesn't do music, so that's not what I'm expecting to hear. But then every fucking like Instagram post or like story that I'm seeing on Facebook is them sharing this dude's music video, and I'm like, what the hell?
dude, yeah, I ain't gonna lie because to be honest, I'll probably say my first song was more of like a feature. Like I had somebody on there that was musically kind of like dialed in, so I just let them do what they do.
Because Rory had been doing it for a minute.
Rory
Definitely.
is just phenomenal. But I'll probably say when I had first started making music, I had a Blue Yeti microphone, laptop. I was just grabbed a beat off of YouTube. I think it was a Tory Lanez beat. Broken a Minute freestyle.
Bro.
And it was just like I was just playing around and shit. I just hit up my friends that like I know on a personal level just to be in the music video, and I got Dollar. Shout out to Dollars, Dante, and he had shot it. And
Definitely.
I did like a bunch of promo and everything. Like this is just me just seeing everybody else on how everybody else move.
Like,
and the video
like
was
viral, it's like everywhere.
Yeah. The video got like, cause I was promoting it too. It got like 5,800 views. And that was just like just me coming out. Cause even in the song I was like, I'm not a rapper. Like that was my slogan when I first started out. Like I want y'all to take me serious, but at the same time, I'm not really a rapper, so you can't be mad if you really don't like it.
Because like you said, he wasn't a rapper. So like for me hearing it just from the outside being in, it was kind of like, all right, this joint's getting mad shares. And I listened to it on like Instagram and shit. But like I said, like it's kind of like a commercial. Like I would be somewhere else and I'd be like, damn, that shit stuck in my head. And it got to the point where like I actually like added it to like my Apple Music and shit. And I was listening to it and I was like, damn, he's flowing on this shit. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not like a huge Tory Lanez fan as far as musically. I like him more personality and producer wise. So I don't listen to Tory Lanez music all the time. I was listening to my Apple Music radio one day and they played the original like Tory Lanez Broken a Minute. And when I first heard it, I was like, what the hell is this? Because I was so used to hearing his version. So like when I heard Tory Lanez, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, change this, dude. This is EWill. Like, what the fuck? But like I said, from seeing his work ethic and seeing how he does, and then being able to like be honored to perform beside him and he doing his own music and seeing his energy and everything, it was like, bro, like, let's do something together. And our first track was just a freestyle track. Like, we just kind of bounced off each other, went bar for bar, and it was fun. People liked it.
Yeah, that's
and
what
it was
it's
like,
about, having fun.
All right, let's do another one. We did another track. It was cool. It went crazy on his album, Spaceship.
Yeah.
So then we, all right, bet. We do an album for my next tape, Trap Woods. I put it on the deluxe. People fucked with it. It had a star and everything. I'm like, yo, this one is crazy.
And we performed it.
And I'm like, bro, like, I see the same thing in you when I see you perform and when I see you do music.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, as far as, like, I don't hear the same sound at all.
Yeah.
But I see the same ambition. I see the same drive. And it's like, bro, I think we should do something together.
Yeah.
Because if we do something together, people are going to see the drive from both of us.
You know, you just said music, right? And what you just said and what EWill was talking about. Have y'all linked up with 808?
Definitely.
Right?
We have an 808
we have an 808
on the tape.
on the tape, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. Which track?
It's called
Smoking
Smoking
Rage.
Rage.
Me
It's
and
kind of
808
more
Shout out
fast
to
paced.
808
Yeah, no,
He's
shout
a
out to
friend.
him for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, he's definitely a friend of the podcast. He's
No,
been
I see,
on-
yeah.
he's been on here twice, and
That was actually how I
I just
heard
want
about you.
so much for him, and basically all the artists locally. I want them, like, I just want everybody to link up, and
Yeah.
I just in a perfect world, everybody link up, everybody share resources, and but I know this would never happen, but I think like with y'all vibe, like his type of beats
No,
would
definitely.
be ill with y'all.
No,
Like,
me
I think-
and Ray have been cool from back in the day, high school friends for real. We went to X2 and stuff together. Shout out actually his uncle Macklin Mosley. He does music.
Yeah, he's been on the show too.
Definitely
like
check
him
him out. But Macklin, me and Macklin were actually really close.
Nah, their
'Cause when,
family is the Jackson 5.
Yeah,
I
no.
call them the Jackson 5.
Well, me and Macklin, when I went to X2, Macklin was like a counselor, like mentor to me. So me and Macklin were always hanging out.
Yeah.
So he brought me around his family and stuff like that. So I got to get closer with them. And then when it got to the point where I was just with people in my age range, me and Ray were like right there.
Nah, that's dope. I didn't even know he had a track on
So
your project.
me and Ray, we've always stayed in contact. Ever since he's done everything, I always commend him. He's great. That's why it was really big for me. I had the beat from Ray that I had got, and it was kind of like an older beat, honestly. But I kind of sat on it because I feel like a lot of his work is over our head at times. Sometimes we'll hear it and be like, this is a hard beat, but I don't know what I would do to this. And that's how I felt when I got a lot of his beats. And when we started working on this project,
Nah, they futuristic.
And
This is futuristic.
I heard that Smoking Rage beat. I was like, this is perfect for me and EWill. As soon as I brought it to him, he was like, nah, bro, like, this is crazy. Because actually, like an insider that some people know, some people don't know, my first beat that I got from Ray when he was making beats, this before he got signed or anything, he had posted a beat on like Facebook that he was cooking up, and I was like, bro, that's hard, let me get it. He let me buy the beat. I bought the beat from him. Could not think of a word to the beat. I swear to God. Couldn't think of nothing. Kept it for almost a year and a half, still didn't think of nothing to it. And my big brother, Tay the Truth, shout out Tay the Truth.
Yeah, he been on the podcast too. Yeah,
Tay the Truth, he starts rapping and he knew I was rapping. So he comes to me and he's like, bro, I think I want to start rapping. Like, I want to put out some music. And I'm like, nah, do it, dude, you're dope. Like, you know how to like really put that shit on the pad, bro. Like, his pen game is
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
So yeah, I tell him that, and then he's like, "Yeah, I think about working on this project." So I'm like, bro, I got this 808 Ray beat that I can't think of a goddamn thing to. Do you want it? And he's just like, "Send it to me, bro." And that's how we end up getting the track "My City" on his Last King. His what the hell is the name? I can't think of. I'm so mad right now. But Tay's first album, his King
It was
album.
something King, right?
Yeah. But that album, he has a song called My City, and he actually shouts me out on that song. But it was 808 Ray beat, and that's why he shouted me out, and me and Fetty Mills, because we all came up doing music and just hanging out together.
Okay.
So yeah, that was really deep. But
But nah, I definitely
shout out 808.
appreciate y'all coming through, man. Please don't make this the last time y'all come through.
No, definitely
And,
not.
if y'all got some shout outs, and then let everybody know where they could get with y'all and where they could download all the music and everything.
Go ahead.
Elijah Williams, 2 J's, no spaces on all platforms. EWill on Apple Music, Spotify, anything that you play music on, I'm gonna be on it. You can get Trapped in Another Dimension. You can get any of our projects on all platforms. Find me on Instagram, Elijah Williams, 2 J's, no spaces. So yeah, that's
Eugene Woods, you already know. Eugene Woods on pretty much everything. Eugene Woods 540 on Instagram. Follow me on all that. Trapped in Another Dimension out now. Dance the Night Away EP out now. Definitely check those out. Spotify, Apple Music, everything. Before I leave this, gotta shout out my producer, that boy Ed.
yes.
He's had a birthday come up. That's my dog.
Facts.
That's twin. Definitely shout him out.
Well, you know where you heard it first, new Wabu Order Podcast. Like they said, please go out and support these young brothers, man, and everything they got going on. Remember, the fight is fixed. If you speak well, you eat well. Let's grow.
It's the new Wabu Order Podcast. We talk to build our culture up. We get into all that. We speak well to eat well. We giving them all facts. So like, share, subscribe if you know that you pro-black. Let's grow.